everybody. This is Susan Tapley with My Sister's House. I will be going live in just about a minute. I just need to share my video to a couple of places and we will get started. Give me just a second to get this all set up. We'll be ready to roll. This is Susan Tapley. And I always have my volume on and I think it's off every single time. There we go. All right, hold tight for just a minute. Just got to share this a little bit. Almost done, be right there. Okay, I think I've got it. All right, well, good morning. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. Grab this here, switch this over. Hi there, this is Susan Tapley with My Sister's House. I am live this morning. It is Thursday morning and I'm looking forward to a really fun day. Not only am I going to finish up the project that I started yesterday, but I am expecting a very big order to come in from Couture at some point today from UPS with a big giant box full of brand new transfers, and I am so excited to see them. Of course, I've seen them in the catalog, however, it is not the same as seeing them in person. So I'm looking forward to seeing those, and if things are quiet around my house here, maybe I'll even go live and show them to you as well. All right, so yesterday I worked on this little project here. It is one of our new products from Couture, and these are simply called house cutouts. They come in a pack of 2 like this, and there are a few different things I've been thinking of doing with these, but the first one is a little birdhouse. I mean, you can definitely just make a little house out of this, especially with the coordinating transfers, but I wanted to kick it up a notch and add a little bit more. So you can see that I have turned this into a birdhouse by adding a roof, and I did that using some of our tags. You've probably seen these before, but what I did was I cut the bottom part off with a hole, and then I cut this in half lengthwise to give me the pieces to create the roof. Yes, I did use power tools. It is not the easiest thing for me. I'm a little bit afraid of sharp blades, but I'm getting better. But anyway, I cut those, and yesterday we did some chalking on them. I also drilled a hole to put the little bird perch on. You can't really see that because the bird's sitting on it, and I added a hole in the back so that it was not going to be wobbly in the stand that we have. So when you put it all together, good morning, Miss Cindy. It looks like this. So it is super cute, and yesterday we had fun creating this, and when I got done I did add a little bit more to it because I felt like it needed a little bit more substance on the bottom. And I also added this little bit of, it's kind of crocheted lace to around the edges of the rooftop, and I think it looks pretty sweet. So knowing that I've done this once, and I definitely think I'm going to do this as a class because you guys just loved it, I think there are a couple things that I would do just a smidge differently, and a couple of those things are making the bottom a little bit fuller and adding the lace on the top. But I think I would move the bird perch down just a smidge. And I don't know if you can see it, but I chucked a heart behind the bird. It doesn't show at all. It's just it's too big. The bird's too big and it covers it all up. So what I would do probably is move the perch down maybe 3/4 of an inch and add a little window to the top, which I'm going to do today. Cherie is here too. Cherie, oh my gosh, how is your foot? You told me you were having a little problem with your foot the other day. So today what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to add one more thing to this, And then we're going to move along and finish the second part of this project. So, are you ready? If you are watching and you are not a designer, please be sure to share or sprinkle this video so that others can see the fun things that we make on my videos. So, what I'm going to do, I think first of all, is I'm going to add a little window above the bird. I think that would add a lot to this. It's just that the little heart that I thought was going to serve as a door for the bird to go into the birdhouse. I know it's not a real birdhouse, but I'm very literal sometimes. But I think a little window right up there on the top would be really sweet. So I'm going to put that in there right now. And then we are going to add an accessory piece so that you can have a little grouping of things that go together. So I'm going to get my marker, and as always, right on the back of this. And this is I'm going to call this round window because there's also a square window. And my initials on the front and the back. Good morning, Leslie. How are you today? How do you guys like my morning lives? I'm trying to figure out when the best time is to catch people. And I seem to have, a handful in the evening when I go live, but I'm thinking maybe morning's better. And I'm kind of a morning person. I have more energy in the morning. Just sometimes I never know what the day's going to bring. You guys know how that is, right? Anyway, so I have my initials on the front and back, and I've also written round window on the back side of the carrier sheet. And you guys, if you've ever done Chalk Couture before, you know that the reason I write on the back is so that after I've used the transfer, washed it, dried it, and I want to return it to the carrier sheet to keep it nice and safe, I want to remember not to attach it to this side of the carrier sheet. The reason is because this side that's attached to the transfer is very slick and shiny, and it attaches nicely but peels off of your transfer easily. If you happen to attach it to the other side, it's very hard to remove. So that's why I write in the back. It also reminds me which piece goes with which piece, because if I'm working with multiple little transfers, sometimes it's hard to figure out which transfer went on which carrier sheet. Initials, because I want to know that I'm working with my own transfers and not my neighbors, or if I loan them out, I want to be sure that I get mine back. Okay, I know, I say this every single time. So, all right, so I'm just going to try to center this in the center of the peak of my cute little birdhouse here. I have a worse time getting things straight. I can't help myself. I should be able to use the lines from the crosshatches that we did yesterday to find a happy spot for it. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to rub that down. So I'm going to do the window in that brown color that we used yesterday called Bark. And it always reminds me of chocolate pudding. And gosh, I love chocolate pudding. Let me see if I can see y'all here. Okay. Does that look centered? Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Good enough, right? All right. So this shouldn't need too much stirring up, but I definitely want to go in there and give it a swirl. You always want to stir up your chalk paste before you use them. You can see right here that some of the oils have separated a little bit in the jar, so just give them a stir. Make sure everything is nicely smoothed out and all the colors are blended. Oh, I know why this looks like a little funky. It's because yesterday I scraped the edge of the jar and plopped all the junk in the middle and added a little squirt of water to soften that up, because usually you can bring it right back to life if it happens to harden a little bit. So you want this to be about the consistency of sour cream or cake batter, whichever you prefer. It could even be the consistency of chocolate pudding, right? But if it feels thicker than that, like a brownie batter, or even more than that, you can add just a spray of water. I just use regular tap water. Some people will buy, what is that kind of water that they recommend? I don't know. I haven't had any problem with regular tap water. So that's what I use. Okay, that has been stirred. I'm going to grab a squeegee here on the side. And I'm just going to scoop a little bit up on one of our mini squeegees and cover the window. So any place that you see the pattern below it or the white showing through, that is because it's behind a silk screen transfer. It's a very, very fine screen that runs through the design, which gives all of the detail that you see. So I've got that covered, and I've scraped off all the excess back into the jar, and now we're going to remove the transfer. So we have a really cute little window now. I think that added a little bit, don't you? Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. All right, good morning, Jan. Jan, can you say hello to me just so that I can know? I know that your comments are working. I can see that you popped in, but I can't see that you are on the same group or page that I'm talking on. I'm just going to grab a paper towel to put my dirty stuff on. Okay, that's better. There we go. All right, so I'm going to call this done. And again, this has a hole in the back that will match up with this hole there. See that? So when I put a peg in it, it should stand there nice and tall, and I just put my thumb in the window. Ah! All right, I'm going to let that dry. Gosh, why do I do things like that? Hi, Shelly. You just watched me stick my thumb right through my project, so I can fix that later. I'll just go back. It didn't smear, so it'll be easy to fix. Hello, hello. All right, so to coordinate with that little birdhouse that I've managed to mangle this morning, I'm going to add a sign. Actually, this is the sign that goes on top of the pedestal, which I showed you yesterday. It goes like this. Let me back this up just a smidge so you can see it full. You can either put this into this pedestal stand like that, or you can put it in like that. But for today, I'm going to do it this way and add one of the other accessories that goes with the birdhouse or the house transfers. So this is a cut apart, as this whole sheet is. It is a much larger sheet than you see here. I got this transfer at our leadership convention recently, and I think they cut them up so that we could fit them in our luggage and not damage them along the way. Thank you, Leslie. Good morning, Shelly, my girl. All right, so here's my plan today. So this is Home Sweet Home, and I got this idea from another designer, and she actually wrote Home Tweet Home. So I'm going to do that. And I'm also thinking about adding a little bit of texture over here using that crosshatch pattern that we used on the house yesterday. So I could put a little bit of that there. And then I have attempted to make a birdhouse out of some sphagnum moss. There's probably a better way to do this, but I just kind of formed a little nest. And I want to tuck that in there and add some of the little bird eggs that we used yesterday. So, you ready? This stuff is messy, I'll tell you right now. All right. So, I think I'm going to start with the pieces on the side first. Cannot believe I put my thumb through that piece that I just did. I believe it. I should believe it because I do stuff like that. All right, so this is the crosshatch pattern that we used yesterday, and I'm going to remove this from the carrier sheet just like we did before. I don't think I'm going to need to fuzz this again. Yeah, maybe I will. I'm going to fuzz it. What the heck? On my fuzzing towel. And what this does is it picks up just a little bit of lint that's on the towel and makes the adhesive a little less sticky. Kind of softens the grip that it has on your surface. So I'm just going to pop this on and off a couple of times. And if you don't have a fuzzing towel by Couture, you might want one. They are awesome for fuzzing. Not only that, but you can use the other side, which is a microfiber. So after you wash your transfers, you can dry them on there. So kind of double duty. If you don't have this towel for fuzzing, you can use your shirt, your pants, your small child, anything that has a little bit of lint or fiber on them. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to try to strategically place this so that I get a full length of this crosshatch, and then I'm going to just do chalk 2 or 3 rows of it. By golly, I think I might have gotten that straight the first time. All right, so I need to move it up a little bit. I'm just going to turn this so I can see a little better. Right about here. Should do it. This is all trial and error, you guys. It really is. I was thinking about adding a ribbon to this, but I don't know if it would be overkill because of the ribbon on the project I did yesterday. So I think I'm going to keep it simple and add the nest just to add a little bit of texture. Gotta have that, right? So I have tucked the transfer in to the edges, and I think I'm going to do about 3, maybe I'll do 4 rows of these. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. If I know I only want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 rows here, I'm going to put a piece of painter's tape there so I won't go outside the lines. Even if I did on this, it would be okay because it's on a chalkboard and it wipes right off even if I did. So let's see. Let's cover that. It just helps if you have a hard time staying in the lines like me. Okay, so that's just a piece of little blue painter's tape, and it will keep me from going outside the lines. Easy peasy. All right, so I think I'm going to go with the green for this that I used yesterday, which is called Eucalyptus. Looks pretty nice because I used this yesterday, but I am going to give it a star. And what I'm using, I actually like these star sticks that I got from Amazon. They're used for makeup application. Couture does have their own brand that, honestly, I think they're a little flimsy. I like to have a little bit sturdier stick to stir with. Say that 10 times fast. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit. And it feels pretty nice. I could actually add a little bit of water to that. So I'm just going to give it a squirt and thin it just a little bit. Just exposing it to the air can cause it to thicken up a little bit, but usually it's no big deal. Just add a little bit of water and keep stirring. So if you were just hopping in and you are not a designer, please SHARE or sprinkle this live video on with your friends and family so that they can see how this works too, because it's really fun. People love this. All right, I'm ready to roll. Get the squeegee. So I'm doing 4 rows there. And there were a couple different patterns that you could choose from, but I don't know. I think this one kind of matches the birdhouse, so we'll go with it, right? So I'm just scooping it out of the jar and applying it to the transfer, covering all of those open areas. Getting there. This shouldn't take too long. And scrape off the excess and put it right back in the jar. There's very, very little waste when you're chalking. These jars last such a long time. Unless you're doing really huge projects, then it might not last quite as long. So I can see the design coming through behind the chalk here. So that usually means that it's been properly scraped. You want to make sure you try to get off all that you can, but just want to proceed, make sure that the transfer or the chalk is not drying on the transfer before you pull it up. So here we go. We're just going to remove the transfer. See our cute little crosshatch design. I even got it straight, you guys. Pretty happy with that. All right, so let me cover this up and then I'm going to dry this for just a minute and we'll be ready to roll. Did you guys know that today is Galentine's Day? I guess you're supposed to say Happy Valentine's Day to your gal pals, so Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, here's my heat tool that I like to use to dry my projects. These have a very high heat. You want to be careful to keep it moving. You actually can burn your skin if you are not careful. But it is a very high concentrated heat. There's a very small opening on the end. So keep it moving. If you don't have a heat tool, you can absolutely use a hairdryer. Works just as well. I just like this because it's kind of small and quieter than my hairdryer. For some reason, when I use a hairdryer in this room, my lights kind of dim, so I think this works a little bit better. You can also let it air dry. Either way is fine, doesn't really matter. This takes a little longer for air drying. See, that's already dry. Our chalk paste dries super, super quickly. All right, so next I am going to put the Home Sweet Home here. And again, I think I'm going to write Tweet Home because I think that's super cute. Super cute. And it's bird themed, so why the heck not, right? So again, I'm going to remove the transfer from the carrier sheet. Oops, I forgot to write on that, so I'm just going to do that while I'm thinking of it. I can't find my pen. There it is. Home Sweet Home. Home Sweet Home. Speaking of Home Sweet Home, did you see the Chalkology Couture transfer this month? Oh my gosh, you guys. It is the cutest thing ever. Check back in my videos from earlier this month and you'll be able to see me do a demo with it. It is adorable. It's, I think, probably my favorite Club Couture transfer so far. And I don't know. There've been a few that weren't exactly my taste. I'm just fuzzing this off to the side, by the way. But this one is just darling. And I've seen so many different ways that you can use it. So if you haven't already joined Club Couture, definitely go to the website down there and check it out. Just look up Club and you will find it. It is adorable, and it is one that you can only get this month, and it will be going bye-bye after they're sold out. So if you join the club now, you would become a member right away, but your first shipment would come in March, the first part of March, but you have the option to buy the February Welcome to Our Home transfer, which, you guys, it's so cute. So I'm going to put this in here like so. So I want to be kind of careful that I'm not putting a lot of pressure right here on top of the area that I've already chalked. Actually, I'm going to put this carrier sheet right there to protect it. It's such a thin layer with those crosshatch lines that there's a chance that this transfer will pull it up. So, you know, fuzzing helps a lot with that. You want to fuzz it really well if you're doing layering. But this is another way that you can protect your pieces beneath it. And I've got the shiny side of the carrier sheet attached to the back of the transfer. So that should keep that very well. So I'm going to do this in white. I could have done it in bark, but I don't, you know, the bark doesn't really show up well on black for the chalkboard. So I think white will look really nice. And the birdhouse is white, right? Okay. The white is nice and stirred. I'm going to grab a squeegee. I think I'm going to be super careful the way that I do this. I'm thinking that I can use this little heart in place of the O's in home and home. What do you think? You like that? I think it would look cute. All right. And I have a paste that matches the little flowers on the birdhouse perfectly. So I think it's going to be a winner, winner. Winner, winner. Okay, so I'm going to scoop some of this paste and see if I can apply it without catching the O's. I'm also not going to chalk the S on sweet either because I'm going to make that a T for tweet. Okay, so I'm going to leave this a little bit thicker for now because I'm being a little more cautious and I don't want it to dry before I remove the transfer. So let's just carefully go around this. And again, I'm not going to do the O's. I'm going to put little hearts there instead. Okay. Did you guys get snow last night? I gotta watch the news more because I didn't even know it was going to. But we got a little bit. It's alright. It's almost over, right? It's the end of February. Well, it's the middle of February. Okay, so I'm going to scrape off all of the excess right now and put that back in the jar. It's looking good. Thank you, Leslie. Do you have my little boyfriend there today? Got to hang out with her and her grandson the other day. It was kind of nice. All right, got it. That is good. It's all scraped. And I'm going to pull this transfer up. Tweet home. Okay, so next I'm going to dry that quick. See if I can go in there and put the tea in before it dries on my transfer. Yeah, I think the hearts are going to look cute. It's all about cute, right? Okay. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing that I did before and just lay this, lay this on top of what I already did. Probably got to figure out where that tea goes first, right? Let's figure out where this will go. It's a little hard to see. There's an E there. H. Okay. Oh, this is not going to be as easy as I thought. All right. We'll figure it out though, right? So well, there's a way. Let's see where. Just figure out exactly where this goes. Boy, registration marks are nice when you have them. I'm thinking that's pretty good. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and if it's not in the right place, I clean it off and fix it, right? Thank you, Cindy. I'm glad you like it. All right, let's just do the T. And we'll just hope that it's in the right place. Otherwise, again, we can just clean it off. Yeah, probably should have washed that first. Oh, looks good. Da-da-da! Dang. Not bad. What do you think? Home sweet home. Okay, let's dry this up. And then you need this glass. You can absolutely do that. Now that I've got it done, I wanted to make sure that it all looks cute and that everything worked nicely. And it has. I think it's adorable. So the really fun thing is that you could do a birdhouse for every season if you wanted to. You probably, I mean, two little houses come in a set. And this washes right off, so you can absolutely change this up for the seasons too, right? You do them in fall colors and add some pumpkins. Here is the guava that I have for the little hearts. Matches the flowers that we used yesterday perfectly, so I think that is going to be the choice for the little O's. So I have to make a bird nest, you guys, so this is going to be interesting. So hang in there with me. All right, you guys, we're going to need to get some more people watching these videos. I've only got a couple people here, and I would love to see a few more. So let's say if we can get 10 viewers today. 10. I'm going to give something away. I'm going to do a little giveaway. So share, share, share. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that word. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yuck. All right, this is super, super dry. Oh my goodness, I don't know how that happened. Probably because there's junk all over the edges of my jar. So let's see if we can bring it back with a little bit of water and my multi-tool. This tool right here is like a serious, serious stir stick. I'm going to see if I can get some of this to soften up. It is softening, and I'm sure that I could bring this whole jar back to life just by working it a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to do a small bit because that is all I need for these houses. but I will go back and work this. It is amazing how some of these can come right back to life. So this one, probably the lid wasn't tight just because there was so much junk on the edge. My fault, I know. But there's a way. I've only had 1 or 2 jars that got super hard. They were like hockey pucks that I couldn't bring back. So I just got a little spot right here that will work for now. And I don't want to keep y'all here all day. So this is a little heart from the, what's the name of that? I think it's called Country Hearts or something. It's a small A-size transfer that I've used before. So I don't need to fuzz it, but I'm going to pop it in here and do this O. And again, I've already got chalk on this. This tool is really cool because there's you can use this for stirring, but it's also a very tiny little squeegee. Just scrape that a little bit better. Okay. And then I'm going to move it right down. Oh, that looks adorable. So cute. Move this down here and do this one as well. Got it. Okay. That was pretty quick, huh? Home sweet home. So tell me if you would like me to go live later when my shipment arrives. Ah, so cute. Of course, I smudged it right here a little bit. Let's pull it off. Dripped just a little bit. Tell me if you'd like me to go live with my shipment today and show you what's in the box. It's going to be a big one. I bought, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how many, but a lot of new transfers. There were a couple that just, I was like, oh, I don't know if I really like those. But everybody's taste is different, right? Okay. What do you think? I love it. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Home sweet home. And then we're going to make this messy, messy, messy nest. So I'll go back later on and fix this jar because I can do it. Just a little elbow grease and some water. And now we have to get our nest going. So, all right, I'm going to move this to the side because this is messy. I don't really know if there's a better way to do it, but I have some of this. It is, it's just called moss, but I think it's sphagnum moss, if I am not mistaken. Comes in a very large bag from your local craft store. And what I'm going to do is just kind of play with this and make it round, like a bird might be able to sit in it. As long as it doesn't weigh anything, right? Okay, so just using my thumbs to make a little kind of hole in the middle. Round. Yeah. So I'm feeling like I should have something behind it just to stabilize it. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper since I have a little bit right here. Pull this one off. And all right, I'm totally winging this, you guys, so hang in there with me. I'm just going to cut a kind of a circle or a roundish shape. And I'm thinking that if I glue that on there, that would hold it pretty steady. What do you think? Good morning, Miss Mary. How are you today? All right, I think that's better, and it'll hold it in place better than just nothing. Because I want to be able to tuck it right in here, right in there, and add a couple of those cute little eggs that we have. Oh, yucky, what a mess. Okay, so my glue gun should be hot. It is, and I'm just going to run a little bit of glue on this just to hold the grass in place so it's not falling all over the place. It's not smart, is it? I'll leave it there. Okay, here we go. I'm going in. Let's get my little nest together. It's pretty wild looking, but I guess that's the way they are, right? That worked pretty well. Good enough? All right. Yeah, this stuff's going to be everywhere. All right, so also thinking maybe I should add a little bit more of this green moss in there just to give it a little bit of color. Just kind of spread that around a little bit. I think I'm going to. Because why not, right? Just stick it in there. I haven't burnt myself on my lives yet, so all is well in the world. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is really messy. So this stuff I got at the place I told you yesterday, the place where everything is the same price and costs very little. Hey Rhonda, how are you today? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think this color adds a little bit to it. It's kind of going around the edges with it. This is a wild, wild bird nest. I think it's all good. We have birds that nest inside of our awning out by our pool every summer. It annoys the heck out of my husband, but I kind of enjoy watching them. Okay. All right. That added a little bit of something, something, something. Yes, it is a messy thing to do. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add in there are some more of these little eggs, which I had used yesterday in the birdhouse. As you recall, I added a couple of them here along the bottom. So let's finish out this with a couple more eggs inside of the bird nest. Good morning, everybody. Does anybody else have spring fever? I'm like, oh, get me out of here. Oh, look at that. Should I add a couple? What do you think? Got a little yellow ones here and peach ones. Let's see this one. Good morning, Nancy. Yeah, that's super cute. Although, you know, bird's nest eggs are probably all the same size, but do we care? Gotta have 3, right? All right, let's glue those babies in there. Summer fever. Mary, you're probably like me. You're a beach girl. Whoops. Put me on the beach and I'm a happy girl. My husband likes to travel to Disney World, and somebody else that I know loves Disney, but I'm much happier on the beach and my feet in the sand and a book. That's my happy place. Okay. I think this is really adorable. Can you guys see it? Ta-da! All right, so some of this mess out of the way. You missed it yesterday, Nancy. I have, well, you can watch it on replay. I'm going to show you again, though, because I need to do a little bit of repair. But there's the little birdhouse we made yesterday. And it actually fits on top of a stand. And I'll put it all together and show you in just a few minutes. Time for some coffee. Okay, so here's my plan, is to put this little baby right there. Right in there. It is just beautiful. It's so cute. So the question is how to attach this to the chalkboard, but I'd like to be able to remove it when I'm done and want to clean it off. So what I use are these little tiny things called pop dots or foam squares, called different names by different people. It is something, snow is a 4-letter word. Yeah, we haven't had much, Mary. We really can't complain about it too much, right? What these are, they're little tiny pieces of foam that have an adhesive strip on both sides. So it comes off in a tiny little square like this, and you peel the paper off of, well, you attach it to whatever you want to stick it to. So I'm going to stick it on there. I'm going to put a couple on. Not that this has much weight at all, but I think 3 is probably a pretty safe number. Sorry, you can't see me. Putting them just on the back where the paper is, like this. These are used a lot for scrapbooking. So if you happen to have a stash of scrapbook stuff, you might have some. You peel the paper off the back, and now they're going to stick to whatever you stick them to. So I think I'm just going to, I want it to kind of hang over the edge a little bit. I'm sticking them down. Trying not to get this all bent out of shape. It stays. Okay, let me back this up again so you can see how this looks all put together. Now I absolutely could put this back on the stand and use it just like this as well. That is our pedestal. Isn't that sweet? But because I have these two cute pieces together, I also have this little house, the birdhouse that we made yesterday. Let me see if I can pull you in to see that a little bit better. We made this yesterday. It's weird because when I turn things to my left, it's right on the screen, so sorry about that. So now we have this piece as well as the coordinating frame piece to go with it. So we got these two. Aren't they sweet? Okay, so I'm loving the sign that we did today, but I definitely need to go back and fix this. So let me get this back where it was. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Picture, and flip it. Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this, aren't I? Much better than I used to be. Can't wait, all packed. Good for you, Miss Leslie. I'm going cruising in a couple weeks, and I guess you guys are gonna miss me, aren't you? Oh, I wanted the birdhouse. Okay, so earlier today, I did put a little window in the birdhouse. I added a little bit more than I had yesterday, but I felt like it needed something right there. So look what I did. I chucked a little window in it, and lo and behold, I stuck my thumb in it. So I'm just going to clean this transfer a little bit. I've got some disinfectant wipes here that I can use for this, and it should work perfectly. If you guys are interested in any of these things, the birdhouse, the transfers, any of that, message me and I'll get you information. I can order it for you, or you can go right to the website that's listed right down there and find it. They're not called birdhouses, they're called house cutouts and house, it's either house something. I cleaned it right up. I'm just getting all the excess chalk out of the window that I used earlier so I can reuse it. Let's dry it a little bit. Yeah, I don't have the package for that transfer, but it's house surface, house something. And it comes with a bunch of different textures that you can use on top of your house. It comes with the windows, it comes with the pattern that's on the roof. I can show you all of those if you like. It came with the Home Sweet Home transfer that we used a few minutes ago. Thank you, Nancy. This has been a really, really fun project, and I think absolutely I'm going to offer this as a workshop here locally, but you guys can do this at home as well. So that was easy to line up. I just used the cross hatches in the window that were there before. Oh, it's not as perfect as I thought it was, but let me try that again. I think I got it. There we go. All right, we're just going to go over this with our bark, also known as chocolate pudding paste again. Still have my squeegee right here, and cover that window one more time and try not to put my thumb through it again. I've got visions of doing like little summer birdhouses with little surfboards and beach balls. Oh my goodness. Do a lot with these. I also saw somebody make a church out of their houses. People are amazingly clever. All right, it is fixed. So we've got our birdhouse all done. We've got our little sign that coordinates all done. I love this project. I think it's been really cute and fun and springy, so I'm ready for all of that good stuff. So there we go, home sweet home. We did our little bird nest this morning. as well as this sign. And again, this will all wash right off. You can put something different on it anytime you want to. I did say I was going to show you the patterns that come with this collection. We've got this one here, which we couldn't think of the name of it, but we called it a diamond pattern yesterday. It comes with Love Makes Our House a Home. It comes with another pattern that you can use on your houses. The crosshatch that we used today. Also, this one, which is kind of like a vine pattern, which is pretty cool. There are windows and doors and hearts and all kinds of cute things. There's also one that says family on it, which I don't have on my table at the moment. There's another bigger one that says family on it. So that is everything that we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you also will share this video so others can see what fun things that we do here at Couture. And again, that club Couture transfer is to die for this month. So if you are not a club member, please write club in the comments and I will get you some information about it. I've been sending some happy mail to every new club member that I have this month, so you want to get that cute package. I think Cindy was my my latest sign up, so congratulations, and be sure to watch your mail, Cindy. So anyway, that's all for today. One more thing is that if you think that while you're watching me, this is something I would love to do. I would love to share how to be creative with other people. Please let me know. Write join in the comments. You don't have to join, but I will send you some information about my company, and it's been a really great decision for me to join. So that's all for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Also, put in the comments if you would like to see me do a box opening later today. I will just set up my box and we will go through things one by one by one and see what's in the box. I think it's going to be fun. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow with another fun project. Bye-bye.